What's going on, guys? How you doing tonight? Ready for some Monday Night Football action between the Ravens and the Rams? What's going on, Mike Jones? How you doing tonight? I'm excited for this game. This game's going to be good. Hopefully better than yesterday's game. What's going on, Zivono? How you doing? Good, good. I'm doing well as well. Good to hear you're doing well, Zit. Who are you on tonight, Zit? You're liking tonight's pick a little bit more? I've already taken the Rams. I got them at 3.5. The line moved a little bit today. Yeah, we're on the same. Are you ready for some football? What's going on, Mickey? How you doing? To me, Are You Ready for Some Football is the best sports song. The old one, not the new one. The new one, it's whatever. Hopefully Fat Guy's on his way. Nice, Mike, you're on the Rams too. Fat Guy said he's going to be here at halftime. I'm looking at Baltimore's record, and aside from their win in New England and some blowout wins over Miami and Cincinnati, I'm not impressed by their record. Yeah, I remember that Cleveland loss. That didn't help. Baltimore is still a good team. New England, they have a really, really nice matchup against. As far as New England's strength is against the pass, and Baltimore's strength's running the ball better than anybody else in the league. I like the Ram emote. I'm eating some ice cream. It's Sour Patch Kids flavored. It's not very good. So I think they're a good team, but not the best team in football. Well, Dylan would disagree with you. Dylan's got him as the number one, even in front of the Saints. What's going on, Thug Life? Ravens are the best. A lot of people are on the Ravens, especially tonight. Kyle, you got the Ravens winning by 2. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, 538 does have him second by Elo, just behind the Patriots, unless it's changed. Bet Ravens to win it all. I'm on the Rams tonight, plus 3.5. Kyle, you said it goes against your pick, but it's going to be closer than I thought earlier in the week. Yeah, that's fair to say. Lamar Jackson might get hit tonight. Yeah, what would be the line if Lamar Jackson gets hurt? Ravens -2 with 58% chance of winning. That seems about right. OG's back to represent this Ravens pick. Very curious the way the Ravens play. Is it sustainable long run? I don't think so. I think it definitely is. It's just it's going to come down to how well Lamar Jackson can make his throws when it counts. And so far he's done it. So they can sustain it for as long as he's healthy. I like the idea of a quarterback who can run or a running back who can throw. Lamar's going to have 100 plus rushing yards. Let's pull up some of the prop bets at Pinnacle and see what they've got for this game. Baltimore has a really positive home field advantage. Didn't you say the Rams have the worst home field advantage for you, Mickey? The fat guy getting his steak and cheese? I hope so. You know how happy I'd be if he showed up with steak and cheese? Still like the Rams at plus 3.5. Yeah, I'm on the Rams tonight. The line's gone from 3 to 3.5, which is good from the realm of possibilities, but I would have strangely preferred it at 3 with the market. So let's see if they have Lamar Jackson rushing totals. Lamar Jackson rushing yards is set at 67.5. So according to these odds, Lamar Jackson should have about 65 yards rushing. For Ravens to win by 6, let's see. Plus 290 for the Ravens to win between 1 and 6. It's not bad. Sarah Vuth, welcome to chat. I like the Ravens. Yeah. You like them to win or you like the spread? The spread's 3.5. Mickey, you got the Rams in the over. I was contemplating taking the under at 47, but I don't know. I never do well for over-unders. So I'm on the Rams, that's it. Oh, the song's on. This is the problem with all of these different props is that you just give up so much juice. Like 19%. So this is what, minus 120 to bet any of these. You got over 46.5. That's pretty good. They almost lost Chicago, so I decided to take the Ravens. Sorry, guy. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being on different sides. Oh, your bookie only gave the Rams at 3. They were at 3 most of the day yesterday. Well, then it came back up to 3.5. Oh, I'm loving the jerseys tonight. It's from both sides. I like the one-tone jerseys, but that's just me. Or like by one tone, I mean the same color shirts as they do pants. And the brighter, the better. I screwed up and waited to see if I could get +4 and had to settle on 3. That's okay. Worst case, you'll get a push at 3. Nice, Jake. You got them +4. That's awesome. We'll see tonight, Big Rye, brother. I used to love that Hulk Hogan called everyone brother because he couldn't remember anybody's names. Guy was partying way too much. Matthew Judon hurt on the first play. It's not good for the Ravens. You'd bet on Ravens to win or bet on Ravens -3.5? Sweep to Cooks. No gain. So it'll be 3rd and 9 here for the Rams. Ravens to cover. Nice, nice. Goff had happy feet there on that play. Goff and the coaching staff aren't happy with no flag there, but I'd like to see the replay to see what they saw. But Goff definitely had those happy feet there. He started dropping back on his heels when he made that throw, and he was inaccurate. Hacker with a bomb, but a nice return by the Ravens returner, number 16. So a very quick 3-and-out for the Rams. They are really hyping up Lamar Jackson for this game. Big run for Ingram to start. I don't know if he got the first down, but it'll be either 2nd and 1 or 1st and 10. Coaching-wise, the Ravens' defense excellent. Another handoff to Ingram. Excellent run from Lamar Jackson. Been a very strong first 3 plays for the Ravens on offense. On those handoffs, can't you just hit Lamar Jackson every time? There's a big hit. But shouldn't the ends just be crushing Lamar Jackson every chance they get? Yeah, Mickey said they should. I think that was Ingram. Yeah. So 3rd and 1, the Ravens should be picking this one up pretty easy. Gus Edwards is coming in for Mark Ingram. So Gus Edwards picks up, I think, 3 yards, 4 yards on that carry. Gets the first down. So they'll be 1st and 10 in the red zone. Marquise Brown's a lot faster, but Ramsey just had to put a hand on him and the guy fell. Marquise Brown, Hollywood. Ramsey tired after that one. They're not going to get this playoff. That was a weird play. I don't know if the play just got in late or they got out of the huddle late. Or Seth Roberts just didn't know what play it was. Good run from Ingram. I think he got about 5 or 6 yards there. So it'll be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. See, this is an interesting down for the Ravens because they're not great at throwing the ball, especially in these tight windows. I think we're going to kind of see what we saw in that first down play earlier where they're going to get Lamar Jackson out wide. They're going to empty. Touchdown. Breakdown by the Rams. Marquise Brown wide open in the end zone. Yeah, Shady wide open. The funny thing about that is even if he was covered, Lamar Jackson could have stepped up and just walked in the end zone. A snap and holder had tough there, but Tucker still made the extra point. That was pretty impressive. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. I gotta go run a quick errand. Ravens always cover. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but maybe someone else has there against the spread record. Definitely Lamar had space in front of him, yeah. They were going to score either way on that play. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Cardinals cover the most. Yeah, they've been the best against the spread. Someone please tell me Fat Guy is here. Dylan, Fat Guy isn't here. He'll be here at halftime, though, so you can come talk all the trash you need. The Ravens just hit them in the mouth. If the Rams go another 3-and-out here to start this drive, it's going to be a lot of trouble for them for the rest of this game. Did he tell you what happened last year? Yesterday? No, but he'll be here at halftime. You can ask him all the questions you want, Dylan. How you doing tonight? You got to be happy with this start. You're curious about what happened? Nice tackle by Clark on that play. Gonna take the sack here. Jimmy Smith with the corner blitz. Little bi-curious George. Mickey was here. He probably still is. Goff going to be done by halftime. Yeah, if he has to take more hits like that. This Ravens coaching has been terrific this year. Going to be a flag on the Rams. It's been messy. Can't believe Fat Guy was satisfied with 3 points. That motherfucker cocksucker. I got it at 3.5, Dylan, if that makes you feel any better. But it's like you said, it for you it was what, 9.5 or 10? Nine and a half is reasonable. They go with the screen to Cooper Kupp. Well, 3-and-out for the Rams. They're going to have to kick this ball back to the Ravens and hope that this defense can be fresh enough to stop them. Spread should be triple what it is. Possibly, Dylan. We'll see how this ends up. Let's see if I still got it up. For the Ravens to win by 7-13, it's plus 410. Another really good return from the Ravens. They're going to start with this ball at the 39. Still digging bugs out of your wife's ear, I would assume. Rye, he had to have told you what happened yesterday. No, what happened, Dylan? He'll be here at halftime. He never told me. You're really outraged about this, Dylan, aren't you? Fat guy will be here. He can speak directly to you. Ingram with another big run. Ramsey tries to pull the ball out, but Ingram too strong. I'm not as curious as you are. Thug Life, you're right. This could be a blowout with how this game is transpired over the first 10 minutes. Baltimore just chewing up this Rams front seven. $39-17 is your guess, Dylan? News, you feel so stupid betting on the Rams? Well, it's still early. They've only played 11 minutes. They still got, what, 44 to go? Or 49 to go? Apparently, I don't know how many minutes are in a football game. Yeah, Mickey, this has been a good start for you. It's nice that they got that early touchdown. No team in NFL history has ever had 200 yards passing and 200 yards rushing at an average for a year. That's pretty crazy. Talk about balance in an offense. So Jackson takes a sack here. It's really what they need. They need to force Baltimore to throw the ball. Ebukam with the sack. So 3rd and 12 here for Baltimore. The Rams crowd looks into it. And they run the ball. Ingram does very, very well. Honestly, if the Ravens run the ball, they can get a first down here pretty easily. Good evening, Jamie. How you doing tonight? Then we'll get the one. Dylan, I'll be back in half to answer some emails. All right, Dylan. You have a good one, man. Enjoy this game and see you at halftime. So Ravens are lining up to go for it. They do. It's a run with Lamar Jackson, and he gets this first down easy. That's really nice for people on the over. It was just, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12, and they were able to run the ball twice for first down. Looks like Skura's down with an injury. For the contest, it's going to be interesting. If the Ravens cover, it's going to be a 6-way tie for first. And the over-under will be key. 58, 48, 37, 62, 47, 38. Doesn't seem like anyone has the same OU as well, so we'll see how it plays out. If the Rams cover, Ryan I is going to be the one winning. So Matt Skura is getting carted off here. The center for the Ravens. So we'll see if this makes any difference to this rushing attack. Oh, Brocker's rolled up on his left leg. Hopefully Matt Skura is okay. I didn't see who came in to play center. Lamar Jackson, touchdown to Marquise Brown. Is that his second of the game? Excellent start for the Ravens. These Ravens are nuts. That's right, Item. It's been a good start. That throw from Lamar Jackson was excellent. That's the second extra point that didn't look terrific. Hey, Dylan Clark, how you doing tonight? I'm doing well. It's been an excellent start for the Ravens, which isn't good for my Rams plus 3.5 bet tonight. But it's still very young in this game. How are you doing, Dylan? Long ass work day as per usual for a Monday. Well, sit back, relax now. You get to watch this game. It's been an excellent start for the Ravens. They've forced 2 3-and-outs from the Rams, and they've put up touchdowns on both drives. Very convincing drives. Ravens even went for it on 4th and 1. I don't think Ingram did not score. I think Marquise Brown has both touchdowns, both receiving touchdowns. But Ingram's had a couple of really good runs to start this game. Looks like it's going to be a hold on the defense, which is a break for the Rams. Marquise, that whore. Yeah, he's been making plays. D'Amato Pico in the game playing for the Ravens. Longtime Cincinnati Bengal. 8 first down for the Ravens. So impressive. Really been a dominant first quarter for them. Looks like a corner blitz. Oh, excellent job by Goff. And they can only turn it into a couple of yards. Fat guy's not here quite yet. He's going to be here at halftime. So hurry up offense from the Rams. Josh Reynolds makes the catch. It looks like he had enough for a first down. We'll see where they spot this. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him the first down. I'm not sure if it looks like they're huddling up this time. I don't know if they're going to actually run a play before the end of this quarter. So they decide not to run a play. They're going to take the break and regroup. Excellent start for the Ravens. Very poor start from the Rams. We'll see if this continues. I know we were talking about live lines. Let's see if I can find out what the live line for tonight's game was. Live line is 13.5, and heavy juice on the Ravens. So people still betting the Ravens right now. I'll be back in just a minute, guys. All right, so the Rams look like they picked up 2 yards. Oh, looks like I missed more than one play. So they tried to go long with Cooks, but the coverage was excellent. By Marlon Humphrey. He'll be back, Thug Life. All right, sounds good. Man, Cook's got a hand on that. It was actually closer than I thought. 3rd and 8 here for the Rams. False start by the Rams. It's a second false start by both teams. Well, the Rams look like they got a timeout off before the flag. Really good catch by Brandon Cooks. I hate when they call Brandon Cooks a deep threat because the guy's just an all-around really good receiver. This Ravens defense has just been so aggressive. This is kind of what you expect from the Rams defense. Like, they're just not letting the Rams... the Ravens are just not letting the Rams run the ball. There they go again. Gerald Everett with the catch. JD, wonderful trucking, boring game. I don't know. The Ravens have been pretty good. It's boring if you're on the Rams like I am. Ravens winning on the line of scrimmage both sides of the ball. It's very true, Mickey. They're dominating. Yeah, I'm on the Rams too. What line did you end up getting, JD? I'm at 3.5. Would never put money on Jared Goff. Goff again there got happy feet, threw the ball early. Lots of contact there, but it might have been within 5 yards. Lots of contact in the back of the end zone too. Oh, ugly from Goff. I think Marcus Peters probably would have had an interception, pick six there if he let that go. Dylan, you're right. They're getting bailed out by these small out routes, and it's not going to work forever. But if they can at least take advantage of that, if the Ravens need to shut that down, automatic first down. So they get bailed out again. The secondary is being very, very aggressive, very, very physical. You're on 3.5 as well. Well, this game's not over. Still very young in this game. Rams are trying to run a hurry up again, but there's an injured Raven on the play. This is the third injury, or at least guy that's been down for the Ravens. Not a good start for the Ravens. What's up? What's going on, Thug Life? Ravens still up 14-0. But Ravens knocking on the door. Yeah, possibly. It seemed like a calf cramp type of thing. Every time the Rams try and run hurry up, a Raven gets cramps. You still think the Ravens cover? Well, Ravens are very likely to cover right now. Last I saw the live line, it was at 13.5. It's at 10.5 right now. So Ravens are probably like 70% to cover 3.5 at the moment. 81%. Thanks, Mickey. 81% for the Ravens to cover right now. Second and 5 for the Rams. 67% for the over. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a procedure call against the Rams. Austin Corbett, the Cleveland Browns draft pick. Another audible on the line from Goff. Play action. Man. Timeout by the Ravens. Seems like a little bit of a waste of a timeout here on 3rd and 17. The over-under tonight was 47 at close. I know Mickey got the over 46.5. It opened at 49. So some money came down on the under, but so far this game looks like it's going to be going over. So LA's going to settle for a field goal here. Zerline from 32 yards out. Tucker had some interesting tries earlier, and Zerline is good from 32. So Ravens are up 11 at the moment, and they're going to be getting the ball back just after this commercial. So live line is 11.5. The live over under is 48.5. And Baltimore's minus 800 to win. Rams are pretty much at 5 to 6 to 1. Well, plus 569 to be exact. Vikings Seahawks will be a fun game. Five-star entertainment, one might say. Seattle's win against Philadelphia was pretty impressive. So far, the 2 returns for the Ravens have been good. 5-star game. 100-1 for the score to stay the same. Ooh, getting rich tonight. What was it? Was it New England Philly that they had like a scoreless second half? Or they went like a long stretch without there being a score at the end of the game? Oh, since 2018, he's been double teamed on 500 plus snaps. That makes sense. Play action from Lamar. He's going to run this one. So another sack for the Rams defense. Empty backfield for the Ravens. So 3rd and 6 for the Ravens. First down. First and 5 for the Ravens after that penalty. Lamar Jackson's going to run this ball. Troy Hill with a good hit there on Lamar Jackson. Excellent job by Ingram staying low and managing to get like an extra 4 or 5 yards there than he shouldn't have. Mark Ingram has 57 yards rushing early in this game. Yeah, good for anybody who's got him in fantasy. Oh, Lamar drops this ball. He's going to have room to take off, though. Oh, my goodness. He's just short of the goal line. This is also good for Mark Ingram fantasy owners. That was just like the first touchdown play where both inside defensive tackles went wide. Perfect time for Ingram to vulture a touchdown. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Dylan. And Lamar is so dangerous. Like, I don't know why you don't have... Like you got to stay... You got to stay in your lanes, and you have to have like a spy or something there to stop him from doing that. Or at least prevent him from getting that full rush. Like, the guy hits top speed in like half a second. Well, he's already over his rushing yards OU if he doesn't lose any yards. Rams have regressed so badly. There's the Ingram touchdown. So that's going to put the Ravens up to 20. For Lamar, what you need to do is, like, you just need to play the run. That's it. If he throws the ball, he throws the ball. If he has to throw a ball 50 times in a game, like, it's going to be trouble for him. But with how they've been playing and starting these games, they don't need to do it. It's completely different styles, but I feel like they on offense they feel like the Chiefs to me of last year, where like the Chiefs would just come out and hit you in the mouth, and they'd have like 3 or 4 touchdowns in the first, quarter and a half, and then they could just kind of like ease it up the rest of the game. That's how I feel like the Ravens are this year. Is they hit teams in the mouth so early and so hard that teams are just kind of like sitting around puzzled as to what they can do to even stop it. It's impressive how accurate and just the decisions he's been able to make throwing the ball to me is the most impressive, and that's what's opening everything else up for him. Because athletically, he's like, it's really easy to say, oh, just stop the run, but athletically, they just haven't been able to. He's been too good. I remember playing against speed guys like this in high school. It's like they disappear when you're on the field. It's true, Dylan. That's why I laugh when guys like Johnny Manziel come into the NFL, where they've been the fastest guy in the field most of their lives, and then they have to go up against guys that are all faster than them. I want to know what it was like for Lamar Jackson before this, because that guy's at a whole different level than any of the other even Vic. Like, they're even showing Vic's rushing numbers, and Lamar Jackson is on pace to beat it this year in only his second year. That was his best throw of the night, that second touchdown. Good catch from Robert Woods. You have to mush rush a guy like that. If you go making a lot of stunts and blitzing from the edges, you're just going to create lanes for him. That's true, Mickey. What a catch. I thought Goff was going to be off with that throw because the defensive lineman was able to push his offensive lineman back into his throwing lane. Let's see where the flag is. I think this might be a taunting call against Brandon Cooks. Wow. Chuck Clark picked up the unsportsmanlike conduct. New drinking game, take a shot every time Rye says that's true. It's true, Dylan. Well, 2 big plays and a big flag get the Rams in scoring range. Wide receiver screen to Robert Woods. He manages to pick up 5 or 6. Can't get hammered on a Monday. I probably say that like 100 times. People are going to have alcohol poisoning. Might kill somebody on stream. Oh, man. Robert Woods jumped again. I don't know what these guys are doing. So many procedural calls, and like the Rams have all their guys. Like these are like Robert Woods isn't some. It's not Josh Reynolds making these plays. It's unfortunate. Oh man, Goff overthrows Higbee. Fumble. Oh man, Chuck Clark could have picked that up and run it back. The Rams somehow fall on it. And Zerline's going to get a field goal attempt here after the 2-minute warning. Oh man. They got Gerald Everett lined up one-on-one versus Matthew Judon, and Everett hurt his knee on the play. Oh, that was ugly. Oof. Oh. Yeah, unless you're Mercedes Lewis, who should just play tackle at this point. Or Jason Witten. I never understand that when you have your tight end block the best pass rusher on the other team. All right, Zerline's going to have an attempt here. Somewhere in the 40s. 46-yard attempt. Zerline's good. I had Colorado State +4 and under 137 today. Game went to overtime. They scored 18 in extra time, and I lost both bets. Ugh. That sucks, Mickey. What's happening to the Rams? They're just getting outplayed by the Ravens. It's really the Rams' defense. The Rams' defense is just getting chewed apart by Baltimore's running game. Man, I don't need to see that Gerald Everett injury again. And the Rams are super fortunate that they fell on that fumble. Because Chuck Clark could have easily picked that up and taken it back. Varsity JV game. Yeah, it feels like it. I don't have the rushing yards in front of me, but the Ravens are picking up like 7-8 yards a carry. What's going on, Adrian? Yeah, Rams are getting outplayed. There's another 6-7 yard carry by Justice Hill this time. I had the vibe Rams would have a good sense of urgency tonight. I was wrong. The Ravens just look well prepared. Oh, huge hit from Littleton. But this looked like a hit to the head, so I got a feeling it's going to be 15 more yards for the Ravens. Littleton looked guilty after that hit. Littleton's arguing his case, but he knew what he did right away. It's tough because he's going to hit him in the chest, and Andrews puts his head right down into his helmet. Littleton's so close to the line of scrimmage here. Lamar Jackson keeps this. He picks up 12 on that run. $80 rushing yards for Lamar Jackson, easy on the over, which was 67.5 coming into the game. I like how the Ravens are able to do a 2-minute drill where they just run the ball. This is like almost comical. Yeah, with how this first half's gone, him rushing over 100 seems pretty. Seth Roberts with a big mistake there, staying in bounds. Yeah. Ravens are 10-0 and Lamar Jackson rushes for more than 70 yards. Makes sense. It's a huge advantage. It's pretty much like 7 extra first downs. That's what it means. 70 yards a game for any quarterback is unreal. Oh, man. The Rams blitzed and Lamar Jackson stood in the pocket and made the throw. That was a really, really good play from Lamar Jackson. Lamar is definitely going to be the favorite for MVP after this game, if he wasn't already. Aaron Donald seeing ghosts. Well, the problem's not Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's getting double teamed on every play. That means that everybody else has a better opportunity to make a play on that defense, and they're not doing it. I got a feeling the Rams are just going to take a knee here and get to half. What's it going on, AP Andy? Who's going to be able to stop the Ravens? Maybe the 49ers? Playoff Patriots or Saints? We'll see. Eventually, one team will come up with something schematically that's going to close them out. Ravens 95% cover probability, 85% on the over. It's been an excellent first half for the Ravens and for the over. Was thinking Saints 2, Pats, I'm afraid, not with that offense. The other thing, too, is Lamar Jackson has to stay healthy for this to work, so they still have X amount of games. He'll probably play the third quarter, and then I'm guessing he's not going to play the fourth quarter. That's kind of what they've been doing with him. Just depends on how this third quarter goes. Mahomes could break them, but that might be it. What's going on, AP? Is it Action Network that you get it from? Just thinking logistically, who can stop this machine? I think they have maybe a 3-year window to win a Super Bowl with this play style, and you're not a Ravens fan. And Mickey said the Action Network is where he's getting these numbers. You know, as a team that might be able to do it is the Colts. I have faith in the Colts coaching to be able to do something to get it done against these Ravens. I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. What's going on, Dylan? Saints have the best offense and one of the best defenses. Saints are number one against the run. The Saints are the answer to that question. Is it just me or is no one there? I bet my game's out of a hat. I picked Seahawks, Cowboys, Ravens. Seahawks and Cowboys covered. I just need the Ravens. Nice, OG. Titans rally could be a tough out. Titans as well, yeah. Straight bets or a parlay? Asked Jake about OG Glock's bets. Rice said Fat Guy would be here. Fat Guy said he's going to be here halftime, so we'll see. We'll see, Dylan. OG, you did tell me. The Rams have looked terrible and Ravens have looked awesome. Lamar Jackson's played really well. And the Ravens defense has played really well. I think Derrick Henry as a pure runner is probably the best runner in the game. OG's bet was a parlay. On a different note, Garrett's incompetent coaching actually helped me win a bet yesterday. What did you take, Mickey? Thug Life has Ravens at 1. Dylan, same as you. If the Saints didn't have that fluke loss, they'd be number one over top of the Ravens. Dallas plus 5.5. Idiot kicked a field goal instead of playing to win. Sounds about right. I haven't watched those games yet. I did some family stuff on Sunday, so I'm gonna watch the games during the week. I think the Saints could cover against the Falcons. It just looks too easy for me. I'll be on the Falcons. It was 7 when I saw Dylan. Oh, yeah. I'll be on the Falcons for sure. Yeah, the 15-minute recaps are good. I've got NFL Game Pass, so I can watch the full replays with no commercials. And the condensed games. And those condensed games are about 45 minutes. Dylan said I'm a stupid son of a bitch because I'm going to take the Falcons next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
How's it going?
Give me 1 second.
Need me to take you to the hospital?
No. Just hold the other in the back. All right, we're good. All right. Okay, good now. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like you're like the anti-Eric Hayden.
Yeah. Went the other way today.
Mm-hmm. Jake Jacobs said back from the dead.
Dylan like beyond that, yes.
Dylan Toddfield has lots of questions for you.
Doesn't he have to become straight now because Washington covered?
I don't know, but he was all over Baltimore tonight.
Yes. He was willing to put a video on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Of him and a woman. So, I mean, that's pretty high stakes, I would imagine, if you're him.
Mm-hmm. The Mickey Hill said the notorious FAT.
Yeah, well, it has to be now. With this elusive behavior, what are you going to get, right?
Ravens 5.7 yards per carry all season, second most attempts. Fat guy Dylan Toddfield said he needs an explanation.
You don't need anything.
Dylan Toddfield's here with the feelings police.
The feelings police? 20. They scored a touchdown too. Oh, man.
Lamar Jackson has three touchdowns.
3 passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
2 to Brown, and then who's his last one?
Willie Snead.
Willie Snead. Oh my goodness.
And he made the throw in the face of a blitz. It was really good. It's been a very impressive game for him.
He's pretty good.
Dylan Toddfield kept saying he was bi-curious about where you were yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was he?
Yeah.
I did check fantasy before I left, though. Apparently I beat you.
Quite handily. The sucky...
With most men on my back.
The shitty part was I lost the other league. I needed like 2 points from Emmanuel Sanders, and he got he got like 1.4.
Manny Sanders for the 49ers got 1.4 points. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Noah Anderson? How you doing tonight?
Well, that's another guy I like. Why does Ingram look bigger than he is? He's only like $190.
He looks like he's 220, 230 when he runs. He had an excellent first half. Oh, Noah just got back from Cincinnati. He went and watched the Steelers game.
They covered.
The closing line was actually Pittsburgh minus 5.5. So if you got it,
Depending what shopping you got.
yeah, you'll have to open up YouTube. There's an incompletion from Lamar Jackson. You're not going to believe this. Noah sat at the Bengals game at the 50-yard line, 5th row up for $50.
$50 to go to that game?
Yeah.
That's like a home run.
Like the best seat in the house.
Yeah. It should be a good down and distance for the Rams D, but
this second half is going to be like a practice for the Ravens. They've already come out calling like different styles of plays that they weren't doing in the first half.
is it imperative to me that the Rams cover? No. But is it imperative to me that Dylan Toddfield has to have a heterosexual video on Pornhub? Yes. I'd like a cover for a cover. Let's be real here. How is Gus the Bus out on 3rd and 8 on passing downs?
Probably for blocking purposes. I don't know. He was down the field with when that tackle was made.
I'll never understand zone when you just stand in your zone.
I was thinking that too, and the funny part is that they all have their eyes on Jackson because they think he's going to run. So you're even like double useless.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just frozen for the potential run.
Either they're going to throw it for 20 yards or they're going to run it for 8.
I was already looking up escorts in the Miami area for Dillian's convenience.
That was very thoughtful of you, Mickey.
Speaking of getting cheered up, holy Christ, that's hilarious.
The Schefter said Hodges is going to be playing next week.
Devlin Hodges for the Steelers?
Yeah.
I like what John Stacey said about Mason Rudolph. He does look like a figure skater.
Gus the bus just plowing through. Item said Vegas is losing all kinds of money lately. And AP said Vegas never loses though, but yes, hopefully.
Vegas takes it on the chin from time to time. It's rare, but you have to have a discrepancy in money and that side win, a few times in a weekend. It's just unlikely, but it can happen. They do have exposure from time to time.
They'll lose battles, but they're not going to lose the war.
Yes. Oh. After just even seeing that first down, I'm like, how are they even going to lose? Like, that much athleticism and time, it's waiting to happen.
Yeah. There was a debate at halftime about who do you think the best team is to beat the Ravens stylistically?
That's a great question. I would think a fast defense. Like, oddly enough, I thought the Chargers did a really good job in the playoffs last year because they switched out their linebackers for, like, they had a lighter package and it worked. Mm-hmm. But you and I thought, like, why wouldn't they just power run up the gut, the Ravens, which they didn't. So I'm going to say maybe the Chargers because they have, like, more of a dynamic secondary. That's a really weird selection, though, considering.
I had the Colts because I just think coaching-wise, they're one of the only teams that could do it.
Could do it. Yeah. Maybe the Eagles?
Possibly. I just don't know if they have the talent
horses,
to do it.
Yeah. Marquise Brown looks smaller than my leg.
Jalen Ramsey tackled him earlier, and it was like all he had to do was like touch him.
I may be setting a fantasy record now after this.
It's just been effortless for Baltimore. Like they've just drive the ball, score at will, no turnovers. It's been very impressive.
How much of the field is open?
Yeah. Like he made that, not that was like an incredibly difficult throw, but he made that throw with Donald in his face.
You kind of have to though. Well, the guy playing robber zone coverage in the middle, like you kind of have to be a little presumptuous. Like you can't react. Once a guy's got any steam running in the middle, it's game, set, match.
Yeah.
And expecting Corey Littleton to pick that up is a little bit difficult, but.
Mickey Hill has the over, so he's been liking the scores.
I'm rooting for Mickey Hill, then I'll tell you that much. If I can't have Dylan Toddfield question his sexuality on camera, then I'd much prefer Mickey Hill to at least cash a few dollars.
Noah's wondering what you think Mason Rudolph looks like.
Figure skater. We'll go Kurt Browning. Is that Canadian enough for us?
OG Glock was all over the Ravens as well yesterday and today. So he's pretty happy with this
double
cover.
Down. Yeah, it's nice to get a win, yeah. Because, boy, do I have egg on my face. I'll be 2-4.
Yeah, the picks of the week haven't gone as planned.
No, they have not.
What's going on? That one guy, Daniel Jones, will break the rookie passing touchdown record. Book it. What is the rookie passing touchdown record?
I think Mayfield. Actually, that sounds nuts, but I actually think that's who it is.
Fat guy picked 3 teams out of a hat and 2 of them covered. I just need the Ravens. The payout's $100.
I'm rooting for you, assuming $100 means something to you. I could be wrong. I have seen worse.
Zab said the Ravens 3.5 was a gift from the gods. And that one guy said Mayfield has the current record with 27.
27, yeah.
What's Daniel Jones at for this year?
Probably low 20s. He's had a couple bangers, so.
It's pretty unlikely that the Rams are going to cover this game. Jones has 17 right now. He needs 11 more in 5 games, which is doable. Dylan Clark says, "What's up, fat guy?"
Hello, sir.
Zaps is curious if you're sick.
What's that? No, I'm good now. So, had some shit to take care of. That's the best way I could put it. But yeah, I'm doing all right. Look at his haircut.
Yeah.
Maybe my hair is long enough to get a Lamar Jackson. It's kind of like when a white chick goes to Mexico and gets, braids or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I could pull that off. I got enough hair, I think.
Yeah, it's getting there. You could do it.
Yeah, or like one of those mini ponytails like Steven Seagal in 1989.
Yeah. He's Lamar Jackson's looking like Coolio.
He does look like Coolio. Have you seen Coolio's hairline now?
No, I haven't.
Look at this screen.
Flawless.
Yeah, it's so weird. Coolio has literally 2 things of hair. Everything else is bald, but he puts them through his hat. So he's wearing a hat with his weird Coolio hair, and you think that there's
like a ton of hair underneath,
and it's just realistically two lines coming out of his head.
So he looks like
an aging hipster or boomer. Yes.
Gangsta Paradise.
It's a good song.
Dylan Clark said too much soda this weekend.
What happened to Robert Woods? Why was he inactive?
Oh, he was playing.
No, like in the week leading up to it.
I'm not sure.
Sounds like Ric Flair's outside the door.
I was just trying to figure out where that music's coming from.
This seems primed for a fake, but they're playing 8-man up, so probably not going to happen. Sean McVay looks like an Abercrombie cast-off. Not quite good looking or tall enough to make the cut, but he's an honorable mention.
So he was 4th place in the contest 5 years ago?
Yeah, yes.
Just like I was at Ripley's Believe It or Not for smallest penis in the world. Yeah, first is great, second's a little bit disappointing, third's all right, I made it. 4th place, you just got a tiny dick.
Yeah. You can't even brag.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped me.
So funny.
Giants about to be dangerous next season when Chase Young is in Big Blue. And why is it always the case that the NFC is more competitive than the AFC? Mickey Hill said the Patriots.
Yeah, that's actually like the quickest way to answer that realistically. Because you can say what you want about them having a shitty division, but like, why do they keep going to the show every year? Like, it takes more than that.
Yeah.
And that Chiefs win on the road was pretty impressive.
Those other three divisions have been very competitive, though. They kind of all just cannibalize each other.
Oh, AFC North's a dogfight, and they hate each other. Mind you, like, rivalries kind of suck compared to the old days. I miss the old, like, Ravens-Steelers where you're like, okay, is there going to be, like, a gang fight after? You know, are they going to start chanting and pull out their switchblades and stuff?
Yeah. Steelers-Bengals, I like those games a lot.
Yeah,
another
Vontaze very violent.
The next week, though, Browns-Steelers will be good.
It should be. But, like, it's almost like a letdown. You're like, you know, is it actually going to go down?
Corey Andy said, very disappointing showing from the Rams. Desperate team must win at home and a blowout loss. Pathetic showing tonight. And that one guy said, most competitive and best division is the NFC East usually. And Dylan Clark said, got my Cameron Hayward jersey today. Oh, yeah, let's go Pitt.
Who's Cameron Hayward's dad? I think he was a fullback for the Saints, and they called him Hammerhead, and there was a commercial. I don't know why I'm pulling that out of my brain, because I would have been like 2, but I do kind of remember it.
Steelers and Browns line this week is very surprising. 1.5 game, and this very well could be the 6th seed with Oakland shitting the bed. Mickey Hill said, my wife's best friend is from Chicago area. Her sister married a Packers fan. They almost disowned her.
At least I like the loyalties running deep, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ironhead. That's what it is.
Ironhead?
Yes. Why does Ingram look so tough? They're showing Vic highlight. Holy is that fast? Oh, that's like scary speed because he wasn't even close to full tilt.
Yeah.
And the idea of someone catching him is ludicrous.
The Ravens has scored on their last 12 drives.
Realistically, just going north-south with like scrambling and power run.
Yeah. Mickey Hill said, yeah, Craig, Ironhead, Hayward. Jimmy says the Rams suck. Corey Andy, fat guy, or the Lions going to be back to the Vegas Lions, 1.5 dog at home. Fishy, it seems like Bears should be 6 or more.
Well, there should be some sort of blowback. I mean, you lost to the Redskins. Like like I can't think of. You can't really exactly look good coming off of that. Like, of course, you and I don't care, and the rest of our fan base understands. But like, there's going to be a little bit of a resurgence period, point spread wise, I would think.
And Boss Line was in chat yesterday, just blowing it up. He was so upset with the Lions.
His team.
Yeah.
Oh, he's latched on though. He's an actual fan, and that's good. It's good to have that type of fandom, but you like the Lions, okay? You got to adjust your attitude at the door a little bit.
The 90 Corey Andy said 96% was on Detroit. I'm guessing that was to win straight up. Probably in like
no, like when we did our video, that's what the distribution was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lamar way better than Vic. People forget Vic struggled rowing and fumbled a lot. Well, throwing, I'm guessing. It's already flipped to the Bears. Tried to get on the live bet on the Redskins when they received that punt, but it was suspended. Oh, that's too bad, Corey. There's going to be value on the lines this week. Did they call it a completion and fumble?
It should have been, but no. You know what I kind of like? Orlando Brown Jr. Had probably the worst combine of all time. I don't even think he could lift 225. And now he's just starting right tackle for the Ravens, and it's working out. But I always found it funny, like how bad he was. That like his agents maybe didn't see this coming. Like shouldn't that be probably the first thing you want to know? Like when you're trying to get drafted, which workout should I do and which shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's true.
So like guys like won't sometimes don't do the 40 because they don't want to like get lumped in with someone else. So.
Yeah, they don't want to have a 495 next to their name
Yes.
and trying to
Yes.
be playing receiver.
Yes, Tease Tabor, former cornerback of the Detroit Lions, he was he ran a 4.8.
It's tough.
It's tough, yeah. You know, I'm not saying you can't play in the NFL, but you know, if you're a corner and you run a 4.8, it's not exactly looking good for you.
Yeah. Corey said line closed at 75% for the Redskins. I think you got that mixed up. I think it was 25% on the Redskins.
Yeah, that would make way more sense. I'd be surprised. I mean, of course, you know, it depends what data you look at. I would imagine that it's you're not getting a lot of people to bet on the Redskins. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. He also said this game shows how great Yanda is. Donald hasn't done shit.
That's an interesting like matchup to pull out because Yanda really is. Are we just say the best guard in the league or pretty close? Like
yeah. Well, they've been lining up Donald all over. He hasn't just been going up against Yanda all game, and they've been double teaming Donald pretty much every play. So what I said earlier in the first half is it's not that they're showing Donald's stats, so he's got no tackles and no quarterback pressures, but that the onus falls on the rest of that defense to pick it up and play. Like if he's getting double teamed every play, everybody else has an opportunity to make a play.
It's not like they don't have guys that should be able to win one-on-ones like Fowler, Ebicum. Like that's kind of like that's what you're good. You're supposed to be good at least. So
that one guy says LT's the greatest player ever. Go Giants.
Lawrence Taylor, I would agree. It's between him and Jim Brown. Like I really believe this in my heart of hearts. Jim Brown and Lawrence Taylor, those are. I don't know if you're going to get a better player on offense or defense than either of those two players.
Did they challenge
I'm not a
this?
running back fanboy either.
Did they challenge that?
No, that looks like that was a replay. They're down a timeout. It's weird. Donald looks smaller than the other linemen.
It's because he is. He's like a speed guy.
Yeah, but that's like hard to believe. What a great way to tackle ball first. That is the LT tackle.
Mickey Hill said Donald misses and Damakasu. Only 285 is Donald's weight.
Yeah, that's not like the same weight as I am. Obviously, and a lot different. I'm like a giant balloon filled with putty, and he has muscle. But it is, the mass size, I guess, is the same. That was a nice ball, too.
That one guy said, I guess it makes sense. Refs are terrible and stubborn. They wouldn't have overturned it.
I have particular disdain for Seth Roberts, but good for him to make a catch.
Yeah. He's met a couple tonight. The APND said it's tough to argue fat guy between LT and Jim Brown.
Yeah, and you're splitting hairs here. I mean, like there really aren't better athletes than those guys. I like the old LT stories they say. Who knows if it's actually true? Because he always had to get drug tests, clearly. So he would do an oil change where he injected pee from other teammates in his bladder. So that's that's the story. That's what he would do. So Ray Lewis? I don't know. I don't know if I can sign off on Ray Lewis. Not that I'm denigrating Ray Lewis, but we're talking.
Like to put him in the top 2 or 3 all
I
time?
don't know
No.
that. Yeah. I actually, to be honest, I thought Patrick Willis was a better linebacker, and that sounds bad. And I really did. Just watching, I didn't see a better middle linebacker than Patrick Willis.
Was Lawrence Taylor coached by Bill Belichick?
Yeah. Because they played 3-4 though, they kind of revolutionized that type of play because how many? Holy, what a run! How is this guy do? Sorry, I even cut off my own thought just to watch.
He injured whatever guy tackled him at the end too.
How do you?
He ran over Weddle and then he hurt whoever the second guy was.
How do you even get the yardage from this run? The window in time starring Oprah Winfrey is about 2 yards. That is a little embarrassing.
Dante Fowler was hurt after that play.
Dante Fowler got hurt tackling a 190-pound man. Okay. It's interesting how bad the Ravens have failed trying to draft a tight end. Aside from Mark Andrews.
Well, I'm just watching these guys play, and to be honest, they're kind of like the secret sauce that's actually made this all go, because they're making these killer blocks all over the field, and they're very interestingly designed plays that get them to those spots, but they're letting Ingram and Jackson and Gus Edwards and Justice Hill make these runs. Oh, that's a flag on the Ravens. Gus Edwards.
Was a nice chop block on Donald. I gotta be honest.
It was a nice chop block, but too bad he was already engaged so you can't do
and
that.
He got dinged hard too. But I almost think that's a worthwhile penalty.
Dylan's here to talk some trash.
Oh no, he isn't.
He said, "Hey, fat guy, nice 3.5 you got there. Hope you're satisfied."
So what happened with the Redskins? What about that one? We can split hairs here. I'm just unfortunate that I don't get some entertainment later this evening on the hub. What do you go with?
He said, "So lucky about that punt return, you smelly son of a bitch."
How can he smell me from here? Jeez.
I guess he has experience with bears. He's got the Venn diagram out between chess guys and bears. He knows what that smells like.
Oh, so what the middle is? Yeah.
Yeah, chess bears.
I'm not even in the realm of chess. I'm horrible. But compared to an average person, I'm gonna smoke them. But realistically, if he beat me, it would be the same thing as a fight between a giant 8-year-old and a man. That's actually a really good tackle by Ebickham, at least attempt. Holy. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, I thought there was a second, where he might have been hurt.
It looked like it. From now on, every bet I make in the comment section will be 100% truthful. Fat guy, let me ask you this. Who do you have winning the number 1 seed in the NFC as of now?
Oh. I don't know. It's kind of like a... kind of crowded, I would say. Like, maybe is that the best way of putting it? Like, I hate making those gut reaction picks because, like, you really don't know. Like, there's different probabilities. I know I give the worst answers, and so does he, but if I have to pick. Isn't LJ... Lamar Jackson's 21 years old? No. Give me an NFC... I'm going to look at the NFC standings to see if I can get inspired, assuming I have to pick at this moment. Big Ryan and I have always been... impartial to the Cowboys roster. Like, him and I don't like the coaching. We don't like the clapper, but, like... Why is it so much fun to say that? The clapper. God.
Baltimore was just lined up for a punt. Then there was a flag. Then they put Tucker out on the field, and then they rushed the offense out, and then they took a timeout. In case you're paying attention.
Oh, to the game right in front of us? Okay, yeah.
Oh, that one guy's the same age as Lamar Jackson.
Is he really 21? It's hard to argue, like how the Saints are a pretty strong team. I have said Vikings in the past, and I like the Vikings roster. So if I had to pick, that's probably where I'm going. But I mean, how can you really argue against Saints? I don't know. I find the Cowboys to be strong too.
Dylan said Lamar's 22.
That's insane.
And he'll be 23 in January. And AP Indy said that he's like Vic, but figuring out things at 22 instead of 29.
Well, maybe that's just the
A lot of it has to do with the coaching of Baltimore. The coaching has been unreal on both sides of the ball.
Well, maybe evolution of the position. Like, look at the success of all of these weird... Kyle Allen, Brandon Allen, Gardner Minshew. Like, these guys aren't exactly high draft picks, right? Like, Lamar was a late first-round pick. I think 32nd overall. But, like, it's kind of nice to have almost flexibility that you can have success and still... Like not be like a top 5 pick, right? Which kind of, because if you didn't get a quarterback in the top 5 picks, like, it was kind of a death sentence for the most part, Brady aside.
Yeah. It's funny how 2 of the quarterbacks that slipped over the last 10 years have been 2 of the most successful, and Teddy Bridgewater and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, absolutely. I remember you and I watching the draft and how upset I was that he didn't get taken first overall.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater, because it didn't make sense to me. And Teddy Bridgewater's got a pretty good career, let's be, like, everything considered, like, horrific injury.
Yeah. Well, still a very bright future, too.
Like, yeah, like, he's probably, the 18th best quarterback in the league?
Yeah.
Maybe 16?
Dylan Toddfield still has his cock to the side of your head. He wants to know who the number 1 seed is.
The number 1 seed? Oh, I'll take the Saints. Who will finish number 1? I'll take the Saints.
I'll be square and I'll take the Niners.
Yeah.
Vic had a bunch of distractions too. Vic didn't really have much going on off the field. Harbaugh deserves a medal for the drastic change of style from Flacco to Jackson.
It to still be good, like how, I don't know. When you're talking about Mount Rushmore of coaches, I think John Harbaugh is probably number 2 for me. So he's a special teams coach.
I don't want those Niners. They're the most likely to be the number 1 seed. They're 1 game up on everybody else.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make, and Dylan Toddfield said he's under oath. That one guy said Seahawks will get the number 1 seed.
That's possible. I actually gave Dylan what he wanted. I said the Saints, and I said it candidly too. It wasn't like a pick of the week jerky thing where I say I picked this game in particular to try and get a
elicit a reaction.
Yeah, which was hilarious. It's one of the best comments I've ever read.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make, and I'm under oath. You got to give him credit. He at least stands by what he says, for better or for worse.
Well, what did he put on the Washington game?
We're going to have to go back here, but if we scroll through the comment section... Oh, no, he has to go naked into a news station. I don't know if we're going to hold him to that one, but...
If the Saints do not get the number 1 seed, Dylan Toddfield will shave off both of his eyebrows and upload a picture to our email.
This one, we're going to hold... that one I'm holding you to. You know, walking naked into KLTNZYE. Then, we can give you a pass on that one. Shaving your eyebrows, though, okay. He'll be an extra from the movie Blood In, Blood Out, too.
Dylan, I found an escort in Miami for you called Shaquilla Shackles, just in case you lost tonight.
Oh, my goodness. How do you beat comments like that? Hollywood Brown looks like my mailman. Like,
you must get your mail fast.
Yeah.
Good Yelp rating.
Good Yelp. Oh my. Oh. This is why. I feel like Herm Edwards.
Dylan said obviously he wasn't confident enough in that one, which is why he made that ridiculous bet. Anyways, good night. I'm sticking to that bet because Mr. Rye wanted to take the Niners. Well, appreciate it, Dylan.
Because the Niners are one game up on the Saints, that you're such an evil heel. You're really stretching the boundaries on who a bad guy is.
Yeah. Talking about these blurred lines.
Speaking of Beetlejuice, how does this source make money? So in Canada we have something called the Source, which is pretty much like Retread Radio Shack. And I'm curious how those brick and mortar stores make a profit, because there's no margin on electronics either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's our heel. You're absolutely right, Mickey.
Dylan says Texans are going to beat the Pats.
Like, maybe, yeah. Like, obviously it can happen. D-Hop won't be stopped. Yeah, it's possible. That was an interesting game in itself. Look at this efficiency. Holy. 14 of 17, 162, 4 TDs, 0 interceptions, 95 rush yards.
And he was 5 for 5 on third downs.
I wonder what the average weight of the O-line is for the Ravens. I bet you it's lighter. I bet you it's like 290.
I don't know. Orlando Brown's doing his best to keep it above.
Yeah. Oh. Awesome play. That was a 0 blitz by the Rams, and Jackson got rid of it. It took minimal damage. But yeah, wouldn't you have to be a little bit lighter so you can... So you're able to at least be a little more fluid, let's say? We got to cut a... Oh, yeah. The fans will like this. So in fantasy football, Big Ryan and I decided we're gonna cut wrestling promos, and Big Rye is gonna wear a bow tie, and he's gonna be Mean Gene Okerlund, and I'm gonna do my best Macho Man impression. Oh, so I'll just drop by Hollywood Brown. I don't know if my impression's any good though. It's okay.
That's good. It's one you can't really practice.
No.
It takes a couple days to recover from doing a full Macho Man.
Yeah. It's kind of coming to the fray again because that South Park episode is so funny to me.
Mickey Hill said the line is dropping. I'm guessing he's talking about the Texans-Pats game. Yeah. Is that this weekend?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, at least Snead gets in.
How do you put a 41 on the Rams like this?
I don't know. I was calling that he's going to be out by the fourth quarter, and they still got him playing. I think this is going to be his last ride.
Yeah, we're going to see some Robert Griffin. That's clear as day. That's the first time I've seen the pylon cam used properly.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Mickey, that's over. You got anyone to do a Trish Stratus impression?
Stratisfaction? Did someone write that?
Yeah.
I wish I knew a Trish Stratus lookalike. We're both Greek though, so we do have something in common. That's about where it ends though.
And if I go through the surgery, her and I are going to have a lot in common.
I don't want to talk about my transition. Been sitting on that one for a while. How did he talk like that and not rip his vocal cords out like the entire time he was living?
I feel like he sold his soul at a young age for that voice.
Yeah, and then the stroke thereafter. Because those guys, like, they owned kayfabe. Like, Macho Man was Macho Man, like, behind the camera and in his life. Like, you can't go around looking like that and then, like, oh, hey, my name is Larry Fulf. What was his name? Lanny. I can't remember.
Yeah. We love South Park. South Park's great. 5 touchdown passes for Lamar.
Would that qualify as a 5-star game for you then?
It's been a 5-star MVP caliber performance from Lamar Jackson. You like the contemplative Macho Man meme?
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, like, 90s wrestling has stuck with us so hard. Like, I really only watched it for, like, a year and a half. But, like, how can, like, it's just amazing. Think about how impressive, like, Vince McMahon and that crew is. He sells pay-per-views to fake fighting.
Yep.
And people love it because he makes a storyline that's interesting. Like, how good do you got to be? Like, just so you know, everything we're going to do is not actually real, but we'll make it entertaining enough that you would want to buy it. Oh, Roddy Piper, absolutely.
Awesome, funny show that's always topical. Even earlier episodes are still relevant. It's like it really gives you a window into what was happening at that time.
They're so clever. Like, remember they made, what was it, Awesemo? That Awesemo episode in one day?
Yeah, the turnaround is pretty crazy that they essentially don't write or create the shows until the week of. Whereas I think The Simpsons, it's like 9 to 12 months for them to make an episode.
That's insane. But, I mean, creative processes are different, but in South Park, yeah, like, yeah,
I
'cause
heard
if you're
it-
going to be topical, you have to do it.
I heard something pretty crazy about The Simpsons. The Simpsons actually change out jokes depending on the region that the show is being filmed in.
That is one of the more interesting things I've ever heard. I hope that's true, because that would be really. Think about the people that have to have their finger on the pulse to know, like, what would be humorous in one area.
Yeah. So they
That's
have
like
to
next gen.
So they have to dub out, I forget if it was like Japan or where it was, but they would dub it out. Like if they were doing like a political joke about the US, they would dub in like something that was relevant in that area, which to me is just crazy.
But when you're reaching that big of an audience, I mean, it's plausible, but that's pretty high level. I always found it weird that Bart is a woman.
Yeah. Mickey said, y'all remember the uproar when they were going to portray Muhammad on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, totally. That was the Manatee episode where, like, I always felt that way about Family Guy, where it was just like 6 different nouns mashed together, that are random. And then in the South Park episode, they mocked that and said that, was it 4 different manatees have to pick a different colored ball to create a sentence for a joke. And if you take the ball out of their tank, they'll stop working.
Yeah.
And it was the Prophet Muhammad ball. Like, they're just, how do you beat that? They've won Tonys. How do you win a Tony for the Book of Mormon, which I've heard is hilarious. I haven't seen it firsthand, and I would love to, but.
That one guy said South Park would rather just say F you to any country that wants to censor their work, and it's kind of what the U.S. is all about. So,
not lately, though. Censorship is a thing in the States now, and here, and in Britain as well. Like, it's rearing its ugly head. You should be able to say anything. Dylan Todfield should be able to call me any insult he wants at any moment in front of everybody. That's the world I want to be living. I want to be insulted by Dylan Todfield. I feel like Cooper Kupp has the most impressive per game stats of any receiver ever. I don't have it in front of me, but I don't think it's that far off. Like, he has absurd results. I like a false start.
So right now in the contest, Mr. Magoo is winning. And there's still, if it goes over, then it's going to be Neek. And if that goes over, it's going to be Strength Coach 45. And if the score somehow goes over 62 points, it's going to be like a 7-way tie. And we're going to have to spin for it.
Who doesn't like spinning a wheel? I think we got a little foreshadowing here.
Marcus Peters with the interception. Peters could have had one earlier, but Goff pumped it and actually had to throw it into the dirt. So he gets it here.
I just noticed those jerseys are pretty badass. Like,
I love these jerseys. I love both
yeah.
jerseys. I like the solid one color.
Saints white jerseys are the best jerseys.
I can't believe they've used this guy to represent 7-Eleven. Like, I literally can't believe they chose that guy.
Why does 7-Eleven even need to advertise?
I don't get any of it. Like, they chose like the douchiest guy in the world.
But he's like not like he's trying to be regular. He's trying to reform.
He's like the least affable person ever.
Giants white jerseys are the best in the league. I don't know if I'll give you that. I do like them though. Like the old school white ones, yeah, I like them. I like this Big Ryan. I like the Saints ones, I would say.
Yeah. I like the Seahawks light green as well. The lime
Really?
green.
I would never have thought that.
I just like the bright colors. All white jerseys with the white face mask and the Giants word mark. Mickey Hill likes the Raiders road whites.
Yeah. I forgot about the Raiders. I like the Raiders black ones too.
OG said it's not even possible for the Rams to cover. Sounds about right. I'm going to update the leaderboard.
Jay Burrowshell. Dude, it's another 7-Eleven commercial.
Yeah.
Like, does anyone go, hey, they're having a deal on Pepsi at 7-Eleven?
No.
Marcus Peters has 27 interceptions. That doesn't even seem right.
It's pretty impressive.
It's absurd. It's 11 more than any other player since 2015, it said.
Wow. That's very impressive.
How many extra touchdowns do you think he's given up, though? He's like Asante Samuel. Remember him?
Yep.
Pick six or a touchdown. Like that was the play. Raiders sucked yesterday. Yeah, they lost. It happens. Yeah, RG3's out there now.
That makes sense.
I kind of, you know what? I kind of miss the excitement. Like, he really did. RG3 really did bring excitement to the quarterback position for that window in time.
Well, that first year was really exciting with Shanahan.
Oh, it was good. It was awesome. It was just fun to watch. Dadskins killed his career. Yeah, well, he took a big hit from Haloi Nada, and he messed his knee up. I remember that.
You can LL all you want, Mickey, but I know you probably took them too, you cocksucking fucking piece of shit. Dylan, that wasn't exactly tactful. Just wanted to come back.
Diplomacy isn't exactly in his repertoire here.
Yeah.
It's so funny. 4th and 1, and here they are. I have no idea if they got it or not. The ref seems confident though.
That top linesman like zigzag there. I don't know how that back ref signaled for a first down.
It looks good. From their top view that we're being shown, this looks like an easy first down, but
well, it's a funny angle. Like you're 5 yards behind, so everything's like looks like it's 3 yards in front. But they don't care now. They just want this thing to go. How about that stat? 13 for 17 on fourth downs this year.
That might be the most impressive stat I've seen. I feel like the Ravens could have Stevie Janowski at running back and still have success.
Mickey Hill says, yes, I did nut sack. Dylan said nuts. Geez, the Rams are getting their butts kicked. That's right, Epic Gaming. Lamar Jackson's running plays are insane. Ravens are just running through everyone. Can't wait to see the Ravens Saints Super Bowl.
You know what? I'm gonna jump on that one. That seems like a great Super Bowl. Ravens Saints.
Yeah.
I hope that happens. That would be fun. We got a flag. Oh, dude, that's a flag. Fowler.
Looks like it's going to be holding on the offense. Ravens, Seahawks, or Niners is that one guy's Super Bowl picks. Would be great because the Saints have the best run defense.
You got to give Dylan credit for being that unwavering on a team. Like, to be that optimistic. I'd like to be that optimistic at anything. If the Saints get home field, it may happen. Yeah, if the Saints are a 1 seed, I mean, that's the last time they went to the Super Bowl and won was as a 1 seed. Is that in bounds? Miles Boykin? Oh, holy.
Just a split second there, but the Rams cheerleader's face said it all.
Yeah, I don't know that one. There's no way the Saints don't get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if you can't. Oh, you can. I mean, it's not really. They're actually most likely not. Like, won't go to the Super Bowl. It's hard. Like, this is one of the hardest things to do. It's just, I don't know. There's no clear favorite for that type of thing.
I think they were 14% chance to win the Super Bowl, so they're about 25 to 30% chance to make it to 26, the Super Bowl.
That sounds about right.
Dylan said the Saints don't need home field. I don't care if they're on the road. No way they don't get to the Super Bowl. That one guy said they always choke. Blue Dat is what I call them. Have Saints played the Niners or the Seahawks?
No.
Dylan said best quarterback, best running back, best wide receiver. Cam Jordan is a top 3 defensive end. And Dylan said yes, the Saints beat the Hawks.
Oh, yeah, on the road. Yeah, Saints did out. I totally forgot. That was a good game for us, too. Saints on the road. That was Teddy Bridgewater.
And Mickey's asking if they play the Niners in New Orleans. So that'll be a good game.
That would be a good game.
Saints should cover against the Falcons on Thursday, according to OG Clock. 7-point favorites on the road will be the Saints. And Dylan saying Saints by 12, coming off of that. What did he have it originally? 21? And
yeah,
then you
I thought
gave him 17 and a half?
Yes. That was, Dylan, that was the bet I wanted to make because you said it was an easy 20 or 21 point victory. Well, if you give me 17 and a half and we put up like a tattoo and I have to shave all the hair on my head, beard the works.
Could be called Big Ryan the Skin Guy.
Big Ryan and the Vicious Racist.
You're not vicious.
Yeah.
OG said he's betting the Saints on Thursday. Dylan Toddfield, I would make the bet if I could. 7 is disrespectful. Mickey Hill
7 is disrespectful. Okay.
Mickey Hill said, sorry, fat guy's mom.
Oh, she really did text me and said, please don't shave your head. My mom did. I want to see this Richard Jewell movie.
Did he do it?
He got cleared of any wrongdoing, but like he was put through the rigmarole big time.
Is that how he looked too?
Yeah.
They always like, if you're a 5 in real life, they always get like a 7 to play you in a movie. You know, like if they did a show about me, it'd be Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz, yeah.
If they did a show about you, it'd be Matt Patricia. Is the Week 13 picks on your channel? It's going to be out there probably in about 4 or 5 hours.
It does look good, Mickey Hill. I'm a huge homer for Clint Eastwood. Like I don't know. To me, it doesn't really get better than that. So
yesterday, a bunch of guys were asking if we're going to be streaming for Thanksgiving, and they all said that they would skip out whatever else is going on and watch.
They're going to get rid of their families for that.
Yeah,
maybe they'll switch it around and we can do it.
We can at least do the early games.
Yeah, at least the early game. Absolutely.
They start at 9:30 Pacific time. Mickey Hill said, "You don't want the U.S. government and the media both after your ass."
Yeah, Richard Jewell, absolutely. U.S. media that's tough to deal with.
I think we might have a connection here between Dylan and OG.
Is it a misconnection? Is it going to be in the back of the Village Voice, or
there'll be some YMCA?
Here, I'm gonna dare to defy cultural appropriation. I'll be the big Indian with the headdress.
Oh, 1 year off. OG's 18.
Barely Legal 3.
Barracks Buddies 2?
Barracks Buddies 2.
Dylan, have you ever seen Barracks Buddies? Oh, I've seen the second one.
Mickey would like this. We were drinking at one of our friends' houses, and he passed out, and it was his parents' house, so me and another guy ordered homosexual pornography on his parents, like
by
on
mistake.
demand. Yeah, sure. So the idea of what we want is our friend's dad opening his bill and going who bought this in the house, and then suspecting different people, because you can't go around telling people what happened.
Dylan said, "I'm the youngest person to follow your channel. Where's my t-shirt? I'm less than 3 times the age of the fat guy."
You're less than 3 times the age of me. All right. Am I 80? 70 years old?
Dylan's 17, so by his calculations, you're what? 51?
Well, less than. So he's less than that. So I'd have to be. So it'd be 3 times 18. So I'd have to be 54. Big Rye's actually older than me, believe it or not.
I always find it weird when shorter people are older. That's why you don't see old tall people.
No, you think I'm going to make it? Let's be real here. No, I'm going to get a hard 55. That'll work. Yeah, for sure, 43.
So what's 43 divided by 3?
43 divided by 3, 14. 14.33333.
OG said if the Saints don't beat the Falcons, he'd be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, they're favorites, 7-point favorites. That's already a high enough win percentage.
Dylan, you need to watch The Wire. The crew supposedly set up their attacks like chess pieces.
Wire is a fun show. $45-6. What a domination. The Wire might be the best comp show ever.
It's up there with Reno 911.
Reno 911 is hilarious.
I know, I'm starting to really like Free Potato.
Yeah, you've been doing that lately. 31. Dylan, I am 31. I will be 32 next month. And so will Big Rye. Oh, you hear about what type of food the contest is this year?
No, what is it?
You're going to like it. So, my birthday is near Christmas, and every year, someone in my immediate family does a cooking contest. There's a trophy. Big Rye's officially judged it a couple times. So I usually pick like some sort of ethnic food, and this year it's we're gonna be ditching the tradition of Christmas and embracing Hanukkah.
What's this gonna be like, halal bread?
No, brisket, which is delicious, and simis, which is like a soup thing, and I can't remember the other thing that I said. It's me against the old man again. Bosch on Amazon has a lot of the Wired alum on it. Yeah, you had mentioned that earlier, and that's kind of a winning recipe. I like the cast of the Wire is just strong.
Well, I'll go Michaelis for the rest of the show.
We'll do a little more open forum here. How did you get the nickname Big Rye? Like, it's hilarious.
Oh, you came up with it.
I know, but like it was such an offhand comment.
OG wants another touchdown for the Ravens, so the score can finish 52-6.
Reminds me of that Simpsons meme or whatever. He's already dead. Look at this formation. Like a odd pistol. Who's that? Justice Hill?
Yep. Well, it looks like Neek is going to win. Neek actually stopped into the live stream yesterday and was pretty excited about being in the top 10.
No, Neek went over. He has 58.
It's closest without going over.
Yeah. 58 is over.
What's the score?
51. I could see Big Rye making a dumb comment and Fat Rye going, "Okay, Big Rye," and it just stuck. Yeah, it was pretty close to that. Like I think I made like a joke about like, because obviously Big Rye isn't exactly big, and like fat guy, I don't know, it just the it followed the iambic pentameter, as they say. It, the Shakespearean nature of it just kind of worked out. I haven't seen Hayden Hurst make a good play. Hayden Hurst looks like he sleeps in his car.
That's a tough haircut to maintain with sleeping in your car.
Like he's got like him and his dog live in the back of his pickup truck.
He's got the same wig on that Samurai Cop wore in the second half of that movie.
Oh, that Samurai Cop is a home run.
What's the channel?
Red Letter Media?
No. That was the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
The Angry Video Game Nerd. They just did an episode on Samurai Cop a couple days ago.
There's some really hilarious. There was a good saga about the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe or whatever. He wrote a thing about how he didn't want to see the new Ghostbusters because he didn't want to ruin his memories of Ghostbusters from his childhood.
Yeah.
So then, what's his name? Patton Oswalt called him like a sexist whatever, and then Patton Oswalt got an enormous amount of negative reaction to that, and they kept sending him stuff like at least his wife's still alive, like just brutal stuff. And there used to be a video on YouTube that chronicled the whole thing, and it was pretty funny. Some of the stuff people were writing to him, horrible but funny. What was the other one? Maybe your wife is gonna make a cameo in the new Ghostbusters. Oh. The internet's ruthless. There's no too soon on dead wife jokes, apparently.
Josh Piper, sit on the leaderboard. Let's go. Yeah, 9-5. Good for top 10.
Oh, right on, man.
Tied for 7th this week. Goff padding his stats.
Well, you got to.
There's a lot to pad.
Look at this. Look at this gambling advertisement.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
Like, how would that make someone want to... I don't know. I'll never get it. What show is this? His Dark Materials. Huh. Is that Lara Flynn Boyle? So you'll be streaming during the Saints game. Give me one quick sec, because I might have to move something around to make it plausible.
That's a late game, so it starts at 5:20, I think.
I have to move something around, so I can't give you a final confirmation, but I'm going to say probably. I want to make it work. Leafs firing Mike Babcock's kind of interesting, eh?
I'm very surprised by it.
Like, that's actually the most interesting hockey story I can remember. Like, I was interested. I'm clearly not a hockey guy.
It's a weird decision to make at this time of the year for such an established coach.
Guess what? Since the payout is 100, I'm going to give my friend 50, and I will still have 50. Yeah, that's how math works.
That's pretty nice, Ochi.
How many subs do you guys gain on average weekly? That's more a Big Rye question. Like, what is it right now? 15, maybe?
Weekly has been really, really strong lately. I can show you guys. So depending on it, it's been like probably
What a
about
yards
14
after the
a day
catch.
for the last month. 300 over the last month, so about 10 a day. Are we done with buys now? Have all teams caught up?
I think so. Hey, congratulations, Dylan. That's great, man. Hey, but it doesn't matter. You're still gonna get you're still gonna get a diploma regardless of whether you pass by 0.83% or 20%. Doesn't matter. Do you have a associate degree in business, Big Ray?
I do not have an associate's degree.
Or no, it's at you have business admin, right?
Yes.
Oh, interception. Ooh.
Jimmy Smith.
She's got an associate's degree. She's educated.
Yeah, we're done with buys. That's nice.
So we're gonna take it from here, Dylan. So you have your degree now. Well, you will. What's next? What's step 2? You know what I noticed? The Ravens were barely penalized this game. That's a huge advantage to their success. Yeah, if you can manage to not get flags, that is a huge advantage. Absolutely. Lamar Jackson just won MVP. Yes.
It helped him.
I think Wilson's still in the running though. Are you gonna get a job at a gym? Yeah. So 45-6, it's in the books. What a dominant performance by the Ravens. How can you, like, it just, that's pretty good. They're going to have, the Ravens are going to be, the lines are going to be so skewed going forward. Because this is a statement game, like, in front of everybody. Peters is having a huge argument with a Rams player. Really, and they had to break it up. I didn't quite see that. Ramsey and Peters are getting into it. Can you think of that? That's probably the two most likely guys to get into it on, like,
in the league.
In the league. All they would need is Odell Beckham at receiver, and you'd have a idiocy trifecta. Wait, I just blundered. I just realized that Peters is on the Ravens. I don't know why. Like, yeah, the wires were crossed for a second. What did the Ravens even trade for him?
I can't remember. Sanford and Baltimore next week.
Here we go. What's a better fight tag team duo, Ramsey and Peters or Beckham and Garrett? I'll just say Garrett because he's the biggest out of all those guys. But I think you can get the fire out of Beckham if you accused him of having a different proclivity for gender. Like if you noticed, he got called. Who was it? The Panthers called him gay, and he freaked out. And that was like, I always thought that was so lame. Like, how could you, like, that's how you deal with conflict? You know what I mean? Like, someone says something that, like, that's not even really even an insult necessarily. And that's how you handle conflict. Like, it's that easy to get under your skin. Like, you're a professional athlete. I always found that very interesting. You should have built the screen again tonight, big. Mickey, do you mean like the thumbnail? Well, there's still time.
Oh yeah, as far as the just working on it. Do you have any requests?
Yeah, any requests, Mickey? You kind of have a lot of leeway here as far as your input on the show. I just realized my bastard son in Boston would be like 7 now. I hope he got all of my bad things. I hope he got terrible knees, his eyesight's awful, and he has a deviated septum. We're going to add all those up, and we're going to have a nice...
7-year-olds are partying that hard?
Mickey Hill, I'm only 7. What a boss. Have my children right?
All right, Nicholas, come put it in.
Yeah, with Dylan's input. Yeah, Dylan, what do you want on the thumbnail? I feel like Dylan was an extra in the movie Bruno.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45-6 is pretty big statement here. Dylan getting called out here. All right, I'm trying to do a thought here. Garrett clapping. That's a great one. That's a great one.
Man, I can't even find a picture where he's not clapping.
I'm gonna grab a little pasta.
Get at it.
Excuse me. Hollywood. That is so good. How can you not like that?
Look at this technical genius. All right. What should Garrett be looking at?
Would want to do Garrett and Jerry?
I would say LJ and Coolio side by side, but it might offend.
Yeah, let's put Coolio in. Why not? Yeah, bald Coolio. Yes. Look at that hairline, dude.
Oh, he's got a tattoo on his head. Did you see that? Cooking with Coolio. Coolio Jones.
Okay, I gotta be honest. If you have to get a tattoo on your head to get after Michelle Pfeiffer, I'm in. I'm in, guys. I like the cheaper cuts. It's no big. She like the Steelers in a revenge game? Yeah, I can see that.
This is tough.
No, yeah. You might have to pick a different one.
No.
Oh, you got it. Dude, a head tattoo is pretty aggressive.
Tell me why are we so blind to see?
What's his other songs? Fantastic Voyage, and that's all I know.
What else we got? Fellas.
I made a bet with a friend at the start of the year that the Steelers would get 10 wins for $50. Do I have a chance? Yeah, they have what do they have? 6 wins, the Steelers? Or 5? No, I think it's 5. Oh, they have 6 wins. Yeah, of course you have a chance. Of course you have a chance. Is it unlikely? Yeah, it's going to be tough. But, I mean, this is more than possible. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're just a well-run franchise. In fact, I do think on these Rams after this performance, just fade them. Well, I'm probably going to jump on the Rams to be honest, because think about how bad they look in the eyes of everybody else. Like, they're going to be underrated, right? Because when you simulate a game, like, it's not a very likely result to get beaten this badly. I always keep picking the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, do what gives you the least amount of regret. For me personally, when a team has such high regard from the public, like this is probably the most like defining game I can think of for a team this year. Like as far as how people are going to react to it, because this is a big time domination. Oh, I got it. Can we add Kenny Loggins too? Kenny Loggins, yeah. Oh, and Richard Jewell, yes. These spreads are going to get a little insane. Exactly. Because they're tearing the league up. Baltimore's doing such a good job. And Baltimore's passing the eye test, right?
Who else do you say? Kenny Loggins and
Richard Jewell. Richard Jewell looks like he lives in an RV outside of like a racetrack. Are you guys surprised that the Patriots didn't cover? No, not really. That was kind of pretty tight. That was a low-scoring game, eh? Danger. These thumbnails make no sense. It's so great.
that's why they're good.
I picked the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, to me that was over the long run. It's probably better really to just pick against the Patriots because they have so much like benefit of the doubt. Like they have to spot the other team too many points every week. I feel like just because they're the Patriots, they beat everybody, right? But that has to regress to the mean. I think they're struggling right now. If it wasn't for the defense, absolutely. They're still New England, though, and they can still beat anybody by any amount. Now I have Highway to the Danger Zone stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, man. Ravens-Niners is going to be an awesome game. Yeah, it should be. That's going to be interesting because they have some pretty strong mobility. The Niners do in the front seven. You know who's played well for the Niners? Fred Warner, the linebacker. Because you kind of need, like, they have so much draft capital and cap tied up in those front seven guys. You kind of need, like, a few of the fringe players to step up, and I would say Fred Warner most certainly has.
Yeah, Fred Warner's been good. Kind of reminds me of Littleton from last year.
Yes, that's a good one.
Like, a lot of the defense ends up hinging on him. And the better he plays, the better everyone else gets to play.
Better than Take My Breath Away. Who sings that again? Is it Pat Benatar? Or no, it's not. Hold on. Or is it Berlin or something like that? It is Berlin. I think you just screwed me, Mickey. I think you just like planted that seed, and now it's going to be an oak tree in my brain. I have a feeling that the Ravens will be the favorite and have a high spread, so maybe I could pick the Niners. Yeah. I think it's in San Fran though. So hold on. Whoever's at home is going to be the favorite. I can tell you that much. Oh no, it is in Baltimore. My bad. I'm gonna look right now. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Baltimore is 4.5 point favorites, as low as 4. But most of the early bettors are taking San Francisco. This is a tough one. This is as big, or I would say, a 5-star entertainment game. But I don't really like the gambling prospects of this game. Like I don't know. I mean, if the spread is -6, I'm still taking the Ravens. Well, okay, I can understand that, but like you got to remember, it's you're not really betting teams, you're betting prices, right? And think about your outlook on the Ravens right now. Like it couldn't be any better. So there's almost a clouding in judgment. Is it the Sunday night game? I think so. Here, I got it right in front of me. No, it's not. It's a 1 p.m. game. It's a morning game rather. Yeah, but think about Glock. Think about your perception of the Ravens right now couldn't be any better. So you kind of have rose-colored glasses when it comes to them. So you got to be kind of careful in those spots. Are the Ravens fantastic? Yes, but they're probably a little bit less, not as good as we actually think that they are. Anybody for that matter.
$99 Love Balloons.
What do you mean morning game? Oh, we're from the West Coast, so it's a 1 p.m. game is 10 a.m. for us, so we call them the morning games.
1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time.
There you Well, that was a good game for the Ravens. I agree, Zavono. Good to see you jump in the chat here. Who's better, the Ravens or the Niners? I mean,
It's pretty even.
I think the Niners have a better roster, like a much stronger roster. I like the aesthetic. I like how the Ravens play, though. I mean, pretty good teams though. Either way, like you're not. There's no loser here.
Harbaugh is a better coach than Shanahan.
Harbaugh is a better coach. They're both playing great, absolutely.
And home field for both those teams is pretty big. So they play in Baltimore. So Baltimore's got the edge in that game.
One thing I'm curious about though is because New England kind of played vanilla against Baltimore, so like, is Baltimore maybe showing too much of their hand going forward? Like, is this going to be an issue in the playoffs?
Yeah. OG's thinking he might just stay away from that game.
That's what I wouldn't be betting this game from a personal standpoint, but as entertainment wise, it definitely is 5 stars.
We'll see where the market falls. Right now, it's got a pretty interesting market. Something that we wouldn't have expected after this game.
Yeah, like, but it's pretty early though. It's in its infancy, and we haven't got people that are going to jump on the Ravens now because this game is a statement game. So, it's probably going to end up 50-50.
Probably think the line stays at 4.5.
I don't know. Maybe 4. Maybe 3.5 with big juice. Like that seems like right where it's going to be.
They're pretty much saying the Ravens are a win better than.
Well, they might be. That's not that unreasonable. Niners will maintain lane discipline with their pass rush. Yeah, Niners have just their rotation is pretty impressive. Like how good it is. Under might be the play. I'm not sure what the number is. Belichick is in the lab right now figuring with this shit out. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what he actually does for R&D, Belichick. Like that would. Can you think of a more interesting thing to be doing? Like to be a fly on the wall in that room when he's trying to like game plan and stuff. I want to know the resources that he uses. Like, is it just a standard? Like, is it he really just watching film in a room with some quality control people? Or is there a whole, I don't know, like underground cell that is doing his bidding? Two good defenses, absolutely. But that's, you gotta remember too, like that's the over under has those types of sentiments built into it. So like, and that's why I don't like using stuff like that to make a choice because, I think that they have X. Like they have a strong offense. Oh, they have a bye next week or whatever reasoning you do to make a selection on one team or against another. Like a lot of those things are built into the line. Sometimes it's not compensated enough for, but like you're kind of double counting and you're trying to just use like anchor reasoning to something as to whether it's one way or another, and then you kind of get like the two. You kind of like the you get like fake validation. Like if it wins, like say, I believe in their defense and the defense has a good performance, and then does that really mean that, you know what I mean? Like your thought process is right in the long run? Probably not. I'll take the 49ers at 4.5 if that's the line. Yeah, that's what's going to happen in the contest. Absolutely. What do you guys think about Chicago versus Detroit on Thanksgiving? Are you guys from San Francisco? No, we're Canadian. Public may push it up to 5 after tonight. Yeah, maybe. I think it should be 3.5 with heavy juice. That's what I think. I don't think you can make money betting this game either side over the long run. Like if you simulated it. But we'll see. This is a market to look out for, the San Francisco Baltimore. So now I'm taking a look at Detroit and hold on here. There we go. Chicago, Detroit. Detroit's undecided. That's pretty tough. You know what I really want? This will sound really lame. Like I don't think I wouldn't be betting it. But to be honest, I'd rather Detroit name Jeff Driscoll the starter, and then have the public overreact to thinking yeah, Jeff Driscoll's not like a great quarterback, but he's. I like unknown players like that are in the prominence because they're underrated. Like, when are you guys gonna pick next week's games? Tonight. I like the Bills -7 on Thanksgiving, and 6.5. Oh, you mean +7? Oh, I really like the Bills. Ooh, +7 at even, or no, +7 -115. I still like the Bills here. 7 points, Bills. That's too many. Should anyone be more than a touchdown favorite against the Bills?
Yeah.
Ravens? Are the Ravens 7-point favorites against the Bills at home?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like the Bills in that spot.
I'm fine with them being 7-point underdogs on the road against a couple teams in the league. I also would like the Bills in most of those games.
Yeah, you're gonna take them anyways. They're on the road against the Cowboys Thanksgiving. Cowboys have a strong roster. You know what I like about this chat is everyone in the chat we've shifted into like just pretty much discussing prices. Like I like so and so team at X, Y, and Z price, and that's really what this is about. Like that's the way to do it, to look at it. Saying I like one team over another is it doesn't exactly capture the story. You think that the Ravens would be 10-point favorites? Josh Allen is improving. I agree. You think Ravens would be 10-point favorites? I would happily put my money on the Bills if they were 10-point underdogs in Baltimore. I don't know.
Like 9.5.
No, I think it's less. Like I think it's 7.5 or 7. Like that's what it should be. How are Bills getting it done? Because they don't have the roster.
Coaching. And Josh Allen's just underrated.
Yes, he is underrated. Sometimes you can know who to pick if you can guess what the line is. Yes, but that's it takes a little bit of it takes a little bit of experience to do that. I wouldn't take anyone -10 against the Bills. Mickey Hill said. I agree. Like there's no 110. The Patriots were what 7-point favorites on the road in Buffalo. That you wouldn't get that marketplace now. The Bills have a lot more clout than they did at that moment. But I don't see the Bills keeping up with the Ravens. They can. Like this Bills team is coached and managed really, really well. Because don't forget they were in a rebuild 2 years ago, and they made the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor.
Well, at the start of last year they were selling players, and like it seemed like they sold McCoy, like guys who a lot of people would say like that's the star of that team, and they still managed.
LaShawn McCoy, yeah. Not that you and I could care. We could care less about who's the running back there. Actually, I think McCoy's a negative. He's going to cause too many fumbles the way he holds the ball and stuff. That all of that being said, they don't have a strong roster and they still manage to get it done. What do you think about Tampa Bay Jacksonville? That's an interesting one. Jacksonville hasn't covered in forever. It feels like doesn't it feel like 4 or 5 weeks there, Big Rye?
Who did they play this week?
Tennessee. Yeah, Derrick Henry. Holy man.
Guy's pretty good.
You guys, it's like he's Derrick Henry is a Clydesdale and he's with a bunch of like pocket ponies.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Nicholas Lidstrom quote when it's like he was like the dad playing pond hockey.
Yes.
With the kids.
I remember a fun time playing street hockey. You know Greg? So we used to play street hockey, and then one of the dads would come out.
I don't know him, but I know the story.
And like he would like get really aggressive with us, but then by the time we were like 14, we were bigger than him, and the tide turned really fast for old Greg. 538 has Jacks at -2.5. I think that's probably right. Yeah, I think that's I think I like Jacksonville. I think that's probably right. So Browns are -1.5 here. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know if I can get on that. I don't know. I'm taking Steelers. I'm going Steelers. I can't bet the Browns in good faith. I think intuitively, yes. Same here as Ivona. I like their style. I like TV's style a lot better right now. But I mean, in this spot, this is gonna be a Jacksonville play. I have to pick Jacks. I'm never gonna pick TV again. Don't say never. It's if the price is right, Bob. But there you go. That's a good guy for the thumbnail. Not now, but going forward. Bob Barker? Who doesn't like Bob Barker?
Oh, I thought you meant Drew Carey.
He just trolled me so hard. I sent a bad beat to Scott Van Pelt. Is that who you're talking about? We need week 13 picks ASAP. They'll be coming. You got the right day. For some reason, 5-3 really loves home teams. I can understand. But Mickey Hill's in a pretty good deep dive as far as home field advantages go. And they are dynamic. And that's something Big Ryan and I, it's where we kind of faltered when we used to handicap a lot more, is we weren't as in depth, I would say, maybe, as far as true values of home field advantage.
We went off experience more than any.
Yeah.
Actual.
We got 49ers +4.5 or the Ravens. I'm probably going to take the Niners here. This one's not set in stone. I just want to watch that game, though. Like that, I think that's the win there. I think betting that game is a loss either way. Like you can't beat the commission. But if you're a football fan, that's pretty. That's 5-star entertainment. Look at this one. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Look at this one. Oops.
You like the top team or bottom team?
Bottom. All right, awesome, Silver. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, Advantage has really devalued as of late. Yeah. It's hard not to pick the Ravens after what happened, but that's the point, though, right? Like, think about your reaction to the game right now. It's not just you who's going to have this reaction; it's everybody, right? So, the Ravens can't really look any better than they do. Like, it's like Wham! Everything she wants. You can't work any harder than I do.
One of my favorite songs of all time.
Easily.
Well, we got a couple more things to tweak, guys, and then we're going to be putting this video out. So thanks for joining us for the live stream. And if you want, join us in a few hours and we can premiere the video and chat on there while we make the picks.
Yeah, I think that about sums it up. All right, gentlemen, we're gonna get at her, and we'll see you soon.
Catch you guys later.